Hello scrappers. This is my first YouTube video. I've been scrapping for about 20 some years off and on, and well, about 3-4 years ago I had a whole lot of stuff in here, and then it was getting close to winter, so I quit running my ad, quit bringing stuff in, and this is still a little bit of stuff that's left over from back then. I decided I'm going to get back into scrapping, and I thought, well, why not go ahead and put up some YouTube videos and kind of explain and show people how I tear some of my stuff down and clean it up. Now, what I've got here is a bunch of old refrigerator motors. This is what the newer ones look like. You know, I may need to throw a couple of these into a little fire and burn them off and see what I get. But until then, I haven't really done much with these. I got 5 here that have a cast iron housing, but they seem like they're a little bit harder to tear down, so I'm going to go with these, with one of these aluminum ones, cast aluminum housing on it. And this one's got the plug in there, and these others just plug in. So I'm going to cut that down as close as I can, get it out of the way. One thing about scrapping, there's probably as many ways to scrap as there are scrappers out there. There's a lot of videos online on how to scrap, how to find stuff, how to tear stuff down. And I've watched a bunch of them, and I've gleaned a few tips and tricks. So usually what I do, you got 10 here on the end and 10 on this end, and then cast aluminum housing. So I just kind of lay it on the workbench, kind of hit it, starts coming up, pry it off of there. There you can see the copper in there. Not a lot. Some of you might say, well, that's not even enough to worry about. Yeah, well, I can't say yay or nay. I usually tear them down when I get the time, but it's not one of my priorities. Now, this one's kind of rusty around there, so if it gives me a lot of trouble, I may have to put some WD-40 in there. If I get in here, get that little clip off of there on the back side, and give it a whack with a hammer, pull this piece here out. Cast aluminum with a little bit of hard metal. I built a little foundry, and I tried firing it up, melting aluminum with it, and it didn't quite work. Didn't get hot enough, so I'm wanting to build a little waste oil burner, and then that should not have any trouble at all getting hot enough, and that'll melt that off. So now I'm just throwing it in a bucket. I got a couple tubs outside that I've been throwing a lot of that stuff in, and one of these days I'll get around to getting that thing built. And melt me some aluminum and make some ingots. I've got a couple small metal cupcake pans and one big one. That's probably what I'll use. Yeah, the trick is just getting a bite on here and just knocking that edge back. Yeah, I see it moving. It's not too bad to do. I'm gonna try to put up a video a week, but I gotta get out and get some more scrap brought in here, so I'll have things to tear down. Here in central Oklahoma, about 30 miles south of Oklahoma City. It's a hot, sweaty one out here this afternoon. It's 5:45. There it is. And that cord is still kind of giving me a little trouble there. Now, we still have 10 here. Then we'll try to just get in here and pry it out, but sometimes the whole nose piece comes out here, and then you just hit it a couple times with a hammer. This one's going to be a little more difficult. I know there's a lot of beginners out there, beginner scrappers. I'll put a little WD on this real quick. There's a lot of beginner scrappers out there and a lot of old timers. I hope I can show the old timers a thing or two. I know I've learned some from them. Okie Scrapper, he's got a lot of good videos. And he keeps them interesting. That's what I'm going to try to keep mine interesting, but I want to target mine to the new guy with just a few tools like these, you know, pair of wire cutters, you know, side cutters, hammer, screwdriver, a pair of channel locks, or you know, these things here come in real handy. Anyway, there's that piece of tin. I got a metal. I try to use metal buckets for my tin. Makes it easier to keep track of. I got a green one I usually put my clean brass in. I got a magnetic dart here and nothing else touching there, so that's nice and clean. My goal is to try to keep the video fairly short too. That way I don't bore you to death. And I know sometimes people put up videos that are half hour, 45 minutes long, hour long, and I'm really interested in watching that, but I don't really want to sit there for that long. I want to kind of glean the information quicker. And some people just rattle on and on and on, and you can't really pick too much up from them. I got one bucket, just a bunch of short little copper wire pieces, you know, 6-8 inches long or 3 inches long. Now what I do to get the copper out of here, I do have an air chisel and air compressor. That makes it pretty easy. I use that for electric motors, doing the windings there. But these here, to keep it simple for the new guys, I got a wood chisel. I'm not sure exactly what size it is. It says Stanley. Yeah, it's got a few chips in the end. I usually lay it across. That cut all the way through. So for a minimal investment, someone new to scrapping, tear some of this down pretty cheaply, you know. And a lot of times you can go to auctions and pick up tools, yard sales. The trick is just getting up under there and pry it on out. Some of those may not have cut all the way. Like there's a few there that are left. Yeah, they cut. I just didn't get it up under. And I've seen a lot of scrapping videos. There's some guys that just go out and load up their truck. So if you don't, you know, if you're say in an apartment building or somewhere you don't have a yard where you can, you know, pile stuff up as you bring it in. There's a Florida scrapper out there and others like him that they just drive around in their truck, pick up what they can on trash days or large trash days, and they take it right to, you know, right to the scales. They might bring a little bit of brass or copper home to clean up, but you know, they don't have much in their yard. Then you got people that do e-scrapping with computers and whatnot, a lot of micro scrapping with just small little things. And this is almost considered micro scrapping, no more than I'm working with here. And this metal here, I just throw that in a bucket. I got a couple big dishwasher tubs, old metal ones, that I throw a lot of these stators in and stuff like that and sell it for short iron, which when the price is good, it goes for 3 or 4 cents higher than what tin goes. Right now, I called a scrapyard today. Tin is going for 60 a ton. I called a scrapyard here about a week ago, and they said they're paying 60 a ton. And I called another one here about 3 weeks ago. They said they're paying 35. I thought, man, I don't even know if I want to get back into it with that price. At 60 a ton, that's not too bad. I got a trailer I can put a ton or so on, and that one scrapyard is about 15 miles away, so that's not too bad. If I take them up to the city, that's about 30 miles. That's usually where I used to take it. There used to be a scrapyard up there, Gold Metal Recyclers. They're out of Texas, their mother plant, and but I guess they weren't bringing in enough money here, and they shut them down. And great bunch of guys. I enjoyed doing business with them. I did junk cars for a while, but they changed some of the laws on that and made it a lot harder for the junkers out there to make it worth their time. Because now you have to fill it. If you don't have a title on it, you have to have the person whoever's name it's in fill out a form. Then you got to go file the form, and there's a $4 filing fee. So instead of just picking it up and going to the scales, now you got to go, take the form in and probably drop the car so you can go get another one. So you got to have a place to store the car while you're waiting for the paperwork to process. And I just said, it's just too much of a hassle. So I took my car hauler, made some side rails for it, and I'll just use it for going out and picking stuff up or hauling loads in or something. But anyway, this video is already almost 12.5 minutes long. So I'm not sure if there's any other information I wanted to cover right now or not, but I'm going to try to put up a video a week. I got a bucket full of small stuff out there and a tub full of junk out there. I'm not even sure what's in it. I got a workbench out there I piled a bunch of stuff on outside that about 2 years ago. An old guy was getting up there in the years. His wife had passed on, and he did a well service out here, so he had all kinds of well pumps and stuff like that and bits and pieces. His son took a lot of stuff, but then he had me haul off a lot of the junk. So a lot of it's the little impellers and stuff out of these well pumps, and a little bit of stainless steel there, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the time. I got a bathtub back there in the field. It has a whole bunch of short pieces, probably 8, 10, 12 inches long, short aluminum pipes, and the little plastic gears or something in them. I'm not sure what they're from, so one of these days I need to drag those up here and clean those up. But I try to, even stoves, I try to get in there and cut the wire out, try to get as much money out of this stuff as I can. Now, Okie Scrapper, a lot of his videos, he says, now remember, scrap is the lowest price that you're going to get for something. So if you bring something in that you could probably sell on eBay for more, by all means, check what you have out and see if, what the going price is, and get the most out of it you can. There might be a video here. Moose did a video tearing down these dryer cords, and I have 6 or 8 of them around. I got about 20 of them in the other room, but I'm going to probably scrap out about 6 of them. So I might do a video maybe on one of these cords next time. And they're pretty simple. Get it all out of there. Yeah, that's probably another tool beginners could get. Would be a box knife. And maybe a small package of 5 blades or something. You don't have to put out a whole lot of money at once. What I would try to do is just put out a little bit, collect cans. If you see, whenever you come across some scrap, try to grab it. sometimes guys, they just go around driving around the neighborhoods, they see an old TV or something, vacuum cleaner, they just go out there, jump out, cut the cord off and go. Just keep that copper cord and leave the bulk there. And that way you don't have all that bulk and trash you got to get rid of. A lot of people had, you know, when they had the older TVs, those things were really bad because they're so big and bulky. You had that heavy pitcher tube, and all you had really was a cord you cut off the back, and then the yoke around it, and then a little piece that went around the tube. And some of the later ones, newer ones, they that wire around that was wrapped up in electrical tape going around the tube is made out of aluminum. Well, I guess that's about it for now. I'll keep rambling on. We're almost 16 minutes into this video, so I'll get off of here, and you guys wish you luck in your scrapping. Leave some comments in the comments below. If you learned something here, if you like it like this and want to, you know, see some more videos as I put them up, you know, subscribe to my channel so you'll know when a new video comes up. I say that I recorded one Sunday, but I didn't really like it, so this is Monday evening, and I'll try to get out here next Sunday or Saturday afternoon and do another one. I'll find something here to tear down, and we'll go from there. If not, I'm going to start doing some setup. Large trash is set up here in town. They don't pick up trash on Fridays. They do the large trash on Fridays. So if you pick up your trash on Monday, large trash day is the first Friday. Well, I'll be out of town. I'll be up in Tulsa this Thursday and Friday, so I won't be able to get out and get the large trash this week. But I'm going to try to get out and see what I can pick up next week. And if I do pretty good picking stuff up, I might try to make a video of the stuff I brought in. And then that'll hopefully give me some stuff I can tear down and make some more videos. So check back with me, hit that like and subscribe, and comment if there's something you'd like to see tore down or questions you have, feel free to ask. So happy scrapping, folks. Bye bye.